Sequence, the game where you place down a sequence of 5 tokens before anyone else does. This is a game that we are going to be reviewing today, and we're going to go through a quick how easy is it to set up, how easy is it to play, general artwork, tech, if it's good quality, etc. And at the very end, I will include what I think if it's the right game for you. But so you don't have to skip ahead, I'll just be quick to the point. I love Sequence. I think it's a great game and most anyone would enjoy it. I think it's especially great for adults. With that being said, let's go into my specifics as to why and get started. This is a game that you can play from 2 to 12 players. Any players over 3, though, you do need to play in teams. So keep that in mind when you're deciding whether or not this is the right game for you. And then also it's for ages 7 and up. I think a 7-year-old could play this game. It would be much easier if they're around 10 or 11, but that's dependent on your kid and how bright they are, I guess. The setup is relatively easy. You just fold out the board, place the tokens in front of the person, whoever wants to be red, blue, and green, and then you deal them cards. Depending on how many people are playing, you deal a certain amount to them, and then the game is ready to begin. Actual gameplay is pretty easy. There is some strategy if you want, but you just take a card from your hand and you play it to the discard pile, and then you place a token on a tile that matches and coordinates with your card. So a 9 of clubs card, 9 of clubs tile. There are 2 of each card on the board, so there's 2 9 of clubs, for example, and there are also free spaces, which can be fun to use. That can be fun. And then there's also 2 wild cards in the deck, jacks. A 1-eyed jack, you can remove other players' tokens, and a 2-eyed jack, you can add tokens. So there's just some fun complications, but they're not difficult complications. If you want to know how to play Sequence, I made a video for that. I also made a video on strategies for playing Sequence, so check out my channel for that. Gameplay continues like that until someone reaches 5 in a row, and they can be diagonal, they can be vertical or horizontal. So this is an example of 3 different sequences, and for most gameplay, it's the first person to 1 sequence. For 2 players, it's the first person to 2 sequences. The length of time for this game, I couldn't find anything that I felt was correct about how long Sequence was. My games usually take about 15 to 30 minutes depending on how many people are playing. Artwork and quality, this is a basic deck of cards. I mean, there's a lot more cards in this than you'd get in a deck of cards, so you would need the Sequence cards to play, not just an ordinary deck. And then the quality of the board, it's really old-fashioned looking, and maybe I have an old version of it. I like that. I think that's actually a good quality. They have giant versions of this. They have where it's huge, and that's probably pretty fun for younger kids as well. And then they even have premium ones where they have padding underneath the board. So that's fancy too. This is just the basic one. But I think the quality is on par with any game like this, so I think it's great. My overall consensus, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's a great game for adults. I think that kids will have fun playing it, but if you're an adult playing with a kid, it might be more challenging because you don't want to kick their butt. But you can pretty easily kick their butt just because it's easier to strategize and see a bigger picture when you're older, I think. Obviously, kids can enjoy strategy as well. Hopefully this video was helpful for you, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I even do more videos on Sequence, such as strategies and how to play, so check that out. Thanks again for watching this video, and enjoy playing Sequence.